Welcome back to the Robozzini channel. A great weekend ahead of content. So today is an upload day, of course. We'll get onto that in a minute. But I'm hoping tomorrow, which will be Sunday the 7th of February, in fact, we will have a cheeky podcast upload, and the guest is absolutely bloody brilliant. I can't wait for that. Okay, let's get right in on today's video, and we're stepping away from our knowledge of players and focusing more on the clubs they play for and how we stereotypically see them in our own eyes as we compare each Premier League club to a UK shop. Bonkers, I know. But we are going to take on the challenge. If I have to give you an example, let's say, then take a club like Sunderland. I'd sum them up as being like centre parks, because all you have to do is enter a swimming pool to see some big bastards swimming with their top off, of course, in a swimming pool, which you'll see at the end of the season if they ever get promotion from League One to the Championship. Big Geordie bastard. Okay, there are better ones, I've got to say, but you get the drill, right? Brilliant. This will be the only thing I ask from you today right now, but if you could spare a few seconds of your time to subscribe and even give the video a like if you wish, then your free support will be much appreciated. I can't lie. I've got so much content coming up that I do not want you guys to miss whatsoever, so please just hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to make sure you don't miss a second of any upload. You know what, I'll even be so nice myself to even pause the video now just so you can do that. Okay, go on. All done?
Nice.
Let's crack on. As always, we start alphabetically, and with Arsenal, I see them as a place like Toys R Us. Of course, the massive outlet store, which used to be real massive. You know, we all know who they are as such, but it's starting to become irrelevant now due to online retailers taking over the market. It's that worldwide name that we know, but their better days have long gone. They'll do what they can with new management in the company, I'm sure, but still, they can't beat the good old days, can they? The company also has its obvious target market, which also very much shares the same version as Arsenal's fan base. You know, quite a childish fan base who will literally get upset over anything and can get into some messy tantrums. Hey, DT.
Fucking hell! What are you doing, David? Fucking useless cunt!
It seems all we need to do is to give this guy a toy to play with, to support his distraction at times. So I think Toys R Us is very relevant to Arsenal, our first of 3 Brummie sides now, Aston Villa. And I'd like to say that this company, as far as I'm concerned, or Dean Smith definitely bought shares into the company before this all happened. But we'll discard that, not like I'm triggered or anything. Hear me out here, Aston Villa have the same similarities to the big retail chain Hollister. In relation, the type of place Hollister that was big years ago, like really had some banging years, but now it's 2021 and they should be flopping, but they're just not. They're still there with the big other chains like Apple. Don't really know why. Everyone stopped wearing the bags and shit. Whenever I walk into Hollister, I smell shit. It's the same smell I get when I read where Aston Villa fans will think where they'll finish this season. The ones who still think they're big but should have gone years ago. We all know that. Now, Brighton was an easy one. Down in the south of country, it's a nice area to live in England. It had to be one UK shop for Brighton, didn't it? Especially as this guy is the manager of the football club and literally looks like he'd shop at Waitrose on a daily and has to give his left toenail a platinum gold PS5, tickets for 2 to Dubai, and 25% of his personal savings just to get a bloody meal deal. If Brighton doesn't shout out Waitrose to you, then you're doing life wrong. Burnley are the basic definition of pets at home. That business hasn't been relevant for a long time now, yet is still somehow with us today. We can all name that one retail park that we know in the UK that has a bloody Pets at Home. Burnley just is Pets at Home, a business that opened quite some time ago now and still somehow graces the top as businesses which still operates. But this is it for me. When was the last time someone went to you, let's go to let's go to Pets at Home today for a great day out. Not everyone has a freaking pet, yet they've built a shop out of it. Yeah, as a kid, banging place to go. That's on my list for why Pets at Home shouldn't be Burnley in the Prem. But still, my point stands clear. Just a boring shop. Okay, Chelsea fans. Basically like Apple, right? Apple we've all heard of before and familiar with the business, but they've only started to become relevant, what, the early 2000s? Sounds about right for Chelsea, yeah. A business that all of a sudden got big and had money. The cheek of me for saying Apple when they're big for having this shirt sponsor. Apple has had years of success for being that top tier business in England, despite its current products being no more than slightly overrated. We also have people who have been there since the Apple I computer. They've seen the rough days of Apple. Yet, new people come in and feel like they have to announce that they've been there from day one. The kids who come in with their iPhone 8s thinking, oh yeah, we've seen the rough days of Chelsea. You're funny. Down to South London for Crystal Palace now, and we're going to choose Iceland, the supermarket chain that sums up the Eagles. Why Iceland? Well, firstly, they are a mix of many other big competitors in the same market. I mean, the same city. Which think they're big, when actually, just down the M25 you have Waitrose, who are low-key doing better for sales and mugging them off daily. Also, Iceland rivalry or Waitrose, who cares? It's about the big dogs. Tesco versus Sainsbury's, or somewhere like that. I also imagine players like Zaha, who only knows how to cook a frozen Iceland pizza, is his whole cooking skills in a nutshell, basically. Or should I say a pizza box? Iceland is also that place where you see about, but you have no idea how they even got there in the first place. Will we ever go there? Definitely not. Everton now, and they're like a Next, the UK clothing store. A business that's been there forever, yet still seems to be going strong and never seems to fail. Like, there seems to be no possible way that they will go any time soon. Yeah, okay, they come up with a odd banger here and there, and everybody knows them by now, but why are they still doing well? Who is succeeding them? Never been bankrupt in the whole of their career, and they've been there ever since the formal UK shop retailer league table started back in 1858. It does exist, I swear. By the way, Top Man have won it the most. Next also seems to be the word that comes out of every Everton fan's mouth after they get a new manager. Okay, maybe should have scrapped that joke, I don't know. Newly promoted side Fulham it is, or should I say HMV. You know, the famous DVD entertainment store, sold CDs as well. Believe it or not, they're still running as a business, despite them dropping close to the bankrupt mark before. But with HMV, and particularly Fulham, you don't know whether they're staying or going, do you? Like, will they be here next year? Who the hell knows that? Are there bigger and better businesses out there than them? Yeah, there's loads. HMV is that shop that's quality, in all honesty. But you do know there's better shops out there that you can get a whole lot more products from that are also better quality. Okay, everyone strap in for this. Leeds United are basically shoe. You know, that shoe retailer that for some reason everyone cares about. Well, isn't that Leeds? A business that you literally haven't got a shitting clue what the hype is all about, yet you still have people queuing up each week to get in there. I bet there's millions of shoe loyalty fans, you know, the type that will do anything for their beloved company. There's also someone at the door, and I mean literally at the door and shoe, and I bet they're spying on other shoe companies to see what they're bringing out the bag. Probably a bag of shoes. But why shoes? Support someone else like JD or someone. They shouldn't even be a business, but yet they are. Leicester City, a club who we all respect. I for one respect Superdry for doing bits for me in high school. To make me look like every other twat there wearing the same bag, but just in a different colour or some shit. Anyway, isn't that like Leicester? Okay, again, hear me out. We had that one year, like 2013 or 2014, where kids just went to town buying those bags and wearing them around school. This year must have felt like a title winning season in the clothing market for Superdry. Do you see where I'm going from this? Their 2013 for making kids look like a twat wearing the bags each day was Leicester's 2016 when they won the league. But ever since then, it's not really banged as much, as they're trying to be known as this top 6 clothing brand like Boohoo, Top Man, Nike, but it just keeps slipping away. Will they get that year again where kids will go mad on buying a Superdry school bag? Well, maybe one day they will. Now, Liverpool had success all the while back in like the 70s and have found their rhythm again to bring back the same success in recent years. I'll compare this as well to something more common in our time. It isn't a UK shop, more a worldwide service, but take a program like Skype. I hadn't touched it since like 2013 when it was really big back then. It's also fair to say that it more or less died up until the year 2020 when we all started to become the beast from the chased. And I don't mean by eating lots of shit, I mean by dominating home quizzes, thinking we're ready to walk into the studio tomorrow and go for the £40,000 offer that Bradley offers us. I think last year was the first time I touched Skype. They all of a sudden came back from the dead, didn't they? Jurgen. Just a mad CEO you are at the Skype Industries. When I'm on Skype as well, I feel like I'm talking to every other Liverpool fan, that being I can't understand what they're saying.
No, I don't think you need to, go on the record over rumours. It was a rumour. There was nothing in it. It's just one thing. It's
Right.
Manchester City currently top of the Premier League as they seek their 5th Premier League title right now. They share that same connection with Amazon. Yes, again, not a UK shop, but I don't care. Amazon are booming right now, completely in form. The thing is, 20 years ago, we didn't have a clue who they were. But then all of a sudden, online shopping became mega popular, and they're now looking down on all of us as they rock the top spot in sales. They weren't even existing back in like the early 80s, but now it's all about Amazon. They're huge. But until I see them open some shops around Europe, I can't call them true winners. See what I did there? Yeah, I'll shut up now. The club that used to dominate, Manchester United now, and they for me are literally Woolworths. Remember Woolworths or Woolies? So do I, and I also remember the old Manchester United. Woolworths used to be up there. Everyone went to it just for random stuff really. Woolworths were plastered everywhere in UK cities and towns as well. They were doing bits. At one point they even had Ant and Dec star in their own Christmas advert. Woolies then of course eventually started to decline and eventually fell through and liquidated. I'm sure it was to do with some manager change or something. Now I can just buy my DVDs from Amazon. Nope. They're the place to be buying from, that's for sure. Maybe Woolies one day will come back from the dead. Who knows? Now time for big old Mike Ashley's Newcastle. I'm thinking they'd be the range if they were a UK shop, purely because I look at what's in there and what they sell, and I won't lie to you, I see cheap crap. I see items in there that I'd never imagined myself even purchasing. I really do. The range normally have big size shops, and I look at them the same as how I look at Newcastle, and I think, why are they so big yet so awful? Don't get me wrong, we may go in there every now and then, but it's not everyone's cup of tea. Or in this case, it's not everyone's business to ruin, is it, Mike Ashley? I was going to go more for the Toby Carvery's kind of place for Newcastle, when you've got Steve Bruce and Mike Ashley at the club themselves, two happy Toby Carvery customers, if truth be told. But then I thought, what's the point? This guy will probably miss his mouth when eating a spoonful of peas. So it did rule that one out. Alright, I will stop with the jokes now. Actually, no, I won't. The team in 20th now, and that's Sheffield United. They were doing wonders in the league last season, weren't they? Well, I'm choosing Odeon to match them up with, as they show a lot of likeness. Odeon were good last year, but not right now, for obvious reasons, of course. Odeon was always the place to be with mates, wasn't it? Seeing phenomenal movies, yet having no intention to buying it when it comes out on DVD. Tell you what, before Corona came in, I was in there nearly every bloody month. Couldn't get enough of the place. However, lockdown did happen and we saw millions of businesses have to shut the doors. It's got to be time for Odeon to go sooner or later. Once the football restarted, Odeon were unheard of. They were awful. We couldn't even go there until the summer, really. The same kind of thing with Sheffield United, hey? And that being said, I've also been to Odeon before and seen a lot of shite happen in front of me, and I'm sure I've witnessed the same thing when I've seen Sheffield United play. The Saints now, and I'm whacking out yet another UK supermarket. The bloody scenes. So, who are we going for? Well, I'm choosing my boys Tesco's on this one. Big up. So, why them then? Well, lockdown is here and Tesco's have, of course, been performing highly. It all looked over at one point before lockdown, but then we all rise as a team, and what mad scenes. It seems like they're never going down either, but mainly because an item like this has so much interest. Like, why is this one item... Oh, sorry, the wrong image popped up on the screen. Okay, there we go. But why is this item having so much craze and being so popular and doing so well? I just have to do this, guys. Allow it. It's saving the whole entire bloody company, I swear. And not so mighty Tottenham has found me choosing Wetherspoons, the franchise that we see all around the country, and they have their moments where they've done well, but they'll never be like the Amazons or Skypes of today, will they? Why is this? Well, I don't know, really. I mean, Wetherspoons have all the facilities and a lot of staff members there to make a massive franchise where, to be fair, it is, but there's something about selling a bottled alcoholic drink that won't get you to the very top. A bottled alcoholic drink. It's almost like they're bottling this opportunity. I'm sorry, it's all I had. It really is, guys. But I'm sure you'd have to be pissed to watch Spurs play recently, so it has to be Wetherspoons. Also, half the time I go into Wetherspoons, I see people talking crap, and that's pretty much what I see every Spurs fan talk about on the media. Our last Brummie side, our last Brummie side, our last Brummie side.
Aren't you forgetting one more Brummie side, Rob?
West Bromwich Albion now, and I'm thinking about going for Poundland here, guys. The classic cheap store that invests into cheap goods. Just goes well with West Brom, doesn't it? I also look at Poundland and think, nah, never going here. It's the same kind of reaction I do when I see Birmingham on the map. Poundland is just the place where you expect good performances from them, but you also expect a lot of bad performances, as they're definitely bottom of of the supermarket chain. They're also that shop that you choose as last choice to go in, and that's the same kind of thing with West Brom. They'll probably be the last team I choose to watch on TV. Poundland it is. Time for the hammers, and when I think of your typical West Ham fan, I think of the type of blokes who are proper workers and tradesmen, the type who eat cement for their breakfast or something. Your next job has got to be renovating a new board team for the club or something, lads. The club never looked good in gold. Anyway, back at it. I think because of all of this, I'm going to go for Screwfix here. If West Ham were a UK shop, it'd definitely be Screwfix. The regular West Ham fan used to go to Screwfix every time before a game would start, and they'd be drinking nuts and bolts out of glasses to psych themselves up to see Mikel Antonio miss a few. It's the tradesman way, so West Ham, you are Screwfix. They also were screwed last season, yet seem to have fixed it in this season. I swear, this video is almost over. And finally, it's Wolverhampton Wanderers, and what a better place to think of than Lidl. Another classic supermarket on the list who buy in so many different food products abroad, all from the same nationality, that being Germany normally. In this case, it's Portugal, allow it. I go into the place and never see a normal item. Take a tube of Pringles, for example. Can never find them, and instead I get some other shit, like the word Pringles, but it's like an anagram, so like Griplins or something like that. Mad name, right? But I never see any English kind of products in there. How very similar it is to Wolves, hey? More than you think. Another supermarket that I swear came out of nowhere and all of a sudden grabbed itself at the top somehow. When did this all happen? And to add to this as well, their manager Nuno would definitely work behind the fishmongers as well. The weird shit. Anyway, there are all my 20 Premier League clubs as UK shops, or more or less a shop, right? Please just consider this as banter. I respect every club as it is apart from this one, but that's just a localized personal issue there. But yeah, just banter at the end of the day, and I do respect every shop on this list as well. You know, don't feel offended that I ruined your Waitrose virginity or something like that. Something way different today, this one was. I believe I'm the original founder of this original idea before I looked on YouTube and saw no results from it. So if it has been done before that you know of, then please just drop a YouTube comment with the link down below. I'll make sure to add it in the description to credit the person, or just drop me a comment about anything. I want to hear if you're impressed with the shop I gave your Premier League club. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one today. Please also be sure to leave a like to show your support, and to also make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and you've turned that notification bell on as well. I don't want you guys to miss any content. I hope you guys all have a great day. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.